Hi, Nick Artigo here. I'm going to talk about Ujjayi breathing, a technique from yoga that allows you to cultivate concentration and meditation, a concentrated meditative state within your mind and body. So the idea here is that we're drawing the senses inward. Drawing the senses inward, the principle is that if we're going to get distracted, if the human mind is going to be distracted, it will usually be distracted by means of the senses. We'll hear something, see something that will cause us to lose focus, lose concentration. So we're going to do some practices while we're breathing in and out through the nose that will draw the senses inward. So the first thing we're going to do is engage the pelvic floor. That's like the base of your pelvis. Those are the muscles that are kind of like your base of support when you're in the seated position. And those muscles are the muscles you would use to stop yourself from going to the bathroom. So basically pretend you're going to the bathroom, urinating, and you want to stop the flow. Engage those muscles you would use to stop the flow. Once you're there, you want to inhale and exhale through the nose. You'll notice that you'll be feeling it. They call that the root lock sometimes. You'll be feeling each inhale when you really breathe with the diaphragm. Down deep, you breathe with the diaphragm, but the root lock, the pelvic floor is engaged. You're feeling some awareness at the center part of your body, right below the navel. Also going to draw the lower abdomen inward, the part right below the navel. There's a mild pulling in of the lower abdomen while you're engaging the pelvic floor, but still breathing deep, just like we did in a previous lesson where we were pushing the belly down and out by engaging the diaphragm. You're still going to be doing that, except the lower abdomen won't go out anymore because you're pulling it in and it's creating pressure down there. So it draws the sense of feeling, our sense of sensation, into the center part of the body. So it draws that sense inward. We're also going to keep the posture good, kind of a slight chin tuck so that we're gently closing off the back of the throat so that it makes a sound, kind of like this. So it sounds kind of like a hissing or sighing sound, kind of like the ocean, kind of like Darth Vader, making that sound with each breath, engaging those root lock, the other lock, pulling the lower abdomen inward. They call that in yoga Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. You don't have to use those foreign words if they're foreign to you to describe it. It's basically just engaging the pelvic floor, drawing the lower abdomen inward, taking a deep breath in through the nose, chin slightly tucked, and the head remains back so that we're gently closing off the back of the throat, creating a sound of the breath. So we're feeling the breath more intensely. We're listening to the breath because we're making a sound with the breath that draws our sense of hearing toward the breath and inward. And then we're also focusing the eyes on one point. And I find the best way to do this seated is just to close the eyes and focus the eyes on the point that's kind of like between the eyebrows, right here. So eyes are focused on one thing. The sight is trained in on one thing. The sense of feeling is focused in on the lower abdomen because we're engaging those muscles. We're breathing deeply, we're engaging the diaphragm, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, making that little sound with each breath, the sound of a sigh or hiss, although the mouth remains closed. Constantly doing that breathing technique draws all the senses inward. From that place where the senses are drawn inward to the breath, we cultivate a state of mind and body whereby concentration can arise. And once we cultivate the concentration state, that's a state where meditation can arise. And once that arises, step by step, with practice, meditative state arises, eventually we can reach a state of inner peace, pure bliss, total inner transformation, theoretically. But it takes a lot of practice. And that technique is great for relaxation, concentration, meditation.